Why not risk life when it's gonna keep going? Yeah. When you die, somebody else was born, but at least we got to say we ran on the digit, we ran on the money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money. We ran on the digit, we ran on some money, we ran on the digit, we ran on some money, we ran on some digit, we ran on some money. I'm leaning like I'm on the field for the Hennies. I talk lots of shit like my bitches are dangerous. They didn't know me once, so I left from with wishes. You know it's a drop when you drain and can't flip it. I'm living big, I swear to God, I'm Luke, can't. Money, turn it up, mama. Gon' snap her some dope, her hair great like a grandma. You know my ice blinking like Dolce like a panda. Roll it, hold it, I couldn't control, shout it like a channel. My racks are squeaking on that part and I hop in that Rari, I crank on like water. Horses don't stop, they keep going. Yeah. You can lose your life, but it gon' keep going. Why not risk life when it's gon' keep going? When you die, somebody else was born, but at least we got to say we ran on the digit, we ran on the money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money. We ran on the digit, we ran on some money, we ran on the digit, we ran on some money, we ran on some digit, we ran on some money. I'ma move me some dough like Confucius. I'ma go in that bitch with a ruler. I'ma toast me a nigga like Schroeder's. I'ma keep a red flag cause I'm Booler. I know some roller spaces like a duelist. Yeah, I'm screaming on my God like Goulet. When I know it, I feel like I was aborted. If I ever ordained it, baby, better drop was bored. I been getting money before the music for Pandora. I just do this shit when I get bored. Nigga, horses don't stop, they keep going. Yeah. You can lose your life, but it gon' keep going. Why not risk life when it's gon' keep going? Yeah. When you die, somebody else was born, but at least we got to say we ran on the digit, we ran on the money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money. We ran on the digit, we ran on some money, we ran on the digit, we ran on some money, we ran on some digit, we ran on some money. We got London on the track.
Today, we're going to talk about the Washington Commanders, our honorable mentions for the upcoming college football playoffs, and let's cash a squad ride. This is Behind the Lines. Bro, you're doing trick shot home runs from, by the way, a former Ray who couldn't hit shit. Now the Orioles got him. Now he's fucking Barry Bonds. Doing trick shot home runs, Goots, and you can't even get within 10 games of 500, but you can do trick shot home runs. Never seen that before in my life. That's the most Orioles shit I've ever seen. How is Aaron Judge, the face of the league, Captain America, hopping on a plane before the game even ends? That doesn't make sense when it rattles around in my brain. To be honest, that pisses me off. There's actually no way. Unbelievable rage bait. Was that a targeted attack? Why were there 20 people at once coming in?
Pretty good at it, you guys, not gonna lie.
I think I found somebody involved in baseball I hate more than Aaron Judge. This guy right here, this geezer who thinks he's playing left field. Worse than a Disney adult. 4 straight years, Jovan. Look at this one. This one got overturned because he's diving over the... He almost fell on the field. What a loser. What's going on, chat? Happy BTL Friday, the best BTL of the week, episode 748 piece. As always, hold the fry, joined by your two hosts, Krabs and Jovan, presented by Bookit Sports. If you are not using Bookit Sports every single day like we are, me, Jovan, Lauren, Trent, Rav, the whole fucking squad uses Bookit Pro and Bookit every single day to track their bets, to check the feed, to check the splits. What are you doing? What are you waiting for? Start using Bookit yourself. Download it, check it out. I promise once you see it, once you get your eyeballs on it, you're going to use that puppy every single day. It's the best bet tracking app out there by far on the App Store or Google Play. Go check out Bookit Sports, W Pickett. W Sade Whiteman, starting it off with a fucking bang. How about 5 subbies right from Sade, right off the rip? Come on.
F Texas Sade, fucking goat.
Every single day. Holy Howitzers, 2 words, strippers and escorts.
That's all it takes sometimes, man. That's all it takes.
Unbelievable clip. I don't know how that clip didn't do more numbers on the feed. I'll be honest. We're going to try to make a new one about it, but
it's getting
insane
repurposed.
Comments last night from Jovan. He was just so fucking juiced up during that natty. That was really fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
great night last night. Any comments or words from the BC coach before we move?
Man, felt good after 3 years. Felt great. We even took a look at the program for next year. Kind of excited, debating whether to continue it or maybe make a move to another school. We'll see.
Yeah.
Career's not over.
Holy Howitzers, you're goated. Please just DM me. I will be checking my DMs on X. That would be fucking awesome if we could get a Hokie on the pod. Speaking of Hokies, shout out Pimpleton. Can't make it up.
Pimpleton, the GOAT.
Can't make it up. Insane. If you guys did not watch the CFL game last night, guys, when I come up here and I say stuff, it's not fucking cap. It's not for no reason. I said yesterday, the CFL games, every single fucking one has been bonkers that I've watched this entire season. I talked about it for 5 minutes yesterday on the show. And what do you know, last night, unbelievable game. Unbelievable game. Even if you don't have a bet in the game. So much fun to watch. A kick six. A field goal attempt, a deep field goal attempt that's returned to the fucking house from a Hokie. You can't script this shit.
It's like, I can't even imagine that happening in the NFL or college. That would just be...
It just doesn't. It happened with Auburn a couple of years ago. It was the craziest fucking event of all time. Last night it happens and nobody gives a hoot.
The craziest part is, like, the team kicking the field goal. The Ottawa was up 7, or not Ottawa. I don't know why I'm slipping the other.
Was it not the Red Blacks?
Ottawa is the Red Blacks. They returned it because Pimpleton was on our team.
Yes, you're right.
But they were up 7 kicking the field goal. Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
Yeah.
They were up 7 kicking the field goal, and that tied it with 50 seconds left. A kick six.
Can't make it up.
That is insane.
Can't make it up.
Granted, they still lost.
I mean, less than a 1% chance that happens, and it happened.
Huh. Yeah, dude. That's
unbelievable.
That was talking about that tweet. 5 straight CFL games have been decided in the last 40 seconds of the game / overtime.
Insane.
That's nuts.
This league, it's fun.
Might be scripted.
It's fun to watch. It might be scripted. It might be rigged. If it is, I don't give a shit. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. It's been an unbelievable league, an unbelievable summer in the CFL. It's been great to watch. Did that running back get a touchdown? As a matter of fact, Nerfy Chad, he fucking did. Can't make it up. Can't make it up. First touchdown of the season for the guy. Cannot make that shit up.
Can't make it up. Really?
YouTube chat, how we doing? Let me hear you scream. We got Drum F lurking. He said BTL Friday and some head from an SEC girl with a 1.4 GPA. Okay. Sup, gents?
What have we done?
Let's have a fucking day. OSRS Matt 21. Sure we can. Michael Showers in here every single day on the YouTube. Hell yeah. Quinn F, Friday beers. Sure. Let's make you guys some coins while you're enjoying those Friday beers tonight, huh? That sound like a good plan? It does to me. Let's go ahead and get the cake out of the way. Squad ride. God fucking damn it.
It's the bad group of series we had here, man. Bad group of series.
I mean, look, I would never blame the chat for clicking the wrong buttons. I always take the blame for us putting those options in there. We shouldn't put a single loser in the squad ride poll, right? That's our job.
Yeah.
That's our job, is not to put a single fucking loser if there's even a debate of it being a loser, of us being on the fence. We don't put that shit in there. I was very confident. I take full responsibility for this loser. I do. But I will say, to just keep it real, keep it 100 here, every other play in the squad ride poll hit.
I don't think so. Right?
Pretty sure.
I think the Mets over was also in there.
You're right.
The guards were in there, and the other over was in there.
You're right. They went 2 for 2.
2 and 2.
Yep, they went 2 for 2. Jovan, you went 3 and 2.
Yeah, shout out Lords.
Pretty solid.
Not shout out to those. Tip the cap to the Nats and tip the cap to the Mets being bad.
I don't know why it says push for Edward Cabrera there. That hit, but whatever.
Just for the 16, I guess. But yeah, shout out Lords. 2.5 RBI squares and cores. I'm so certain. Incredibly certain.
Yeah, I'm counting that Cabrera less than as a win because a lot of people got the 16.5 because it went back to 16.5. It was at 16.5 before it went to 16. That's a win. That's a 4-1 day for me.
That is.
Great day. The only fucking loser on that card was the squad ride. Makes me fucking sick.
No.
Makes me sick. Dead Larry Bird, we've been fine with the baseball. We've been making coins on baseball. We're just picking the wrong fucking plays to put in the squad ride poll.
Yeah, and that's really just like the last 3 days. What? Something like that.
I mean,
It was
3
good
squad
before
ride
that.
L's in a row. It's not acceptable.
Yeah,
It's
they were
not.
rolling before that.
It's not. Yeah, they were rolling before that, but it's just not acceptable to lose 3 in a row. I don't care what the circumstances are. I don't care if we're 100-0.
It's the bad group of series. We weren't seeing them.
Bad series from us.
New
3
series,
losses
though.
in a row for the squad ride. Hey, I like our chances to stay positive here. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. I'm just trying to, kick us in the butt here. I like our chances tonight. I do. And also that less than walks allowed square last night from Erod was just an incredible square.
It's almost
People
too good.
doubted it. Yeah, it almost was too good, and it actually fucked us over with the over in the game. So, yeah, if you guys are watching on the YouTube, please go leave a like on that video. It could not be easier to drop a like on the video. I see 10 people in the chat right now in the YouTube. There's probably more watching. There should be at least 10 fucking likes on the video already. It takes 1 second to click that like button. It could not be freer or easier. Drop a like on that puppy, please. Okay? Big Cheesy, bounce back Friday to start the weekend off. Could not have said it better myself, Big Cheesy. You're fucking goated. Also, Seeper Nat came in here and started out the show with a subby before we even started. He said, Let's go BTL Friday. Seeper Nat, you're fucking him, man. Cannot let that squeak. Along with Bookie Robber coming in. Dropping a resub. 13 months, Baker's dozen. Talk to me when you get to 2 years, my man.
The way you're doing Bookie Robber like that.
He says the Brewers streak ends today. Okay.
Yeah, get those red sheets out.
Yep. Chat, I appreciate you guys hopping in on a BTL Friday, the best BTL of the week. Let's make you guys some coins. Top priority today, we have to hit a fucking squad ride. We got to put coins in your guys' pockets. And I'll tell you right now, we are not putting a fucking over in the squad ride poll. We're not.
Yeah,
we're not
doing
doing
some options. We got some options.
We haven't earned it. Jovan, they don't hit when we put them in. Whether it's my play, whether it's your play, it doesn't matter. When we put overs in, when we put an over in, chat automatically votes for it because instead of picking the right play, they just want an over. They want a fun play, and it loses every time. I swear to God.
We got plays. We got some
I swear
plays.
to God. We are not putting an over in the poll. I'm putting foot down. And I have an over on the sharp report, and you do too. We're not putting them in the poll. Go ahead and scratch those out.
It's 4 options. We're not doing it. We're already down to 4.
We're not doing it. Okay? Yeah, that'll make our decision a little bit easier here. All right, we did cash a sharp report 4-man yesterday or a sharp report 3-man. Depends on what you locked it in at. So we can clap it up for that real quick. I know we already flashed it, but again, I don't know why we flashed it for 1 second. Let's keep that puppy up here for a sec. Back-to-back prize picks lineups. Back-to-back sharp report 4-mans. 2 days in a row, we didn't fucking lose a single square. That's fucking elite.
That's hard.
That's so fucking elite. Hard. So if there's one thing to be happy about, and guys, I am blown about the squad rides. Just like you guys are. I get it. The chirps are valid. But back-to-back days did not lose a single squad ride, or did not lose a single sharp report square, excuse me. That's impressive. I hope you guys tailed. We have now hit 3 sharp report 4-mans in the last 8 days. 3 sharp report 4-mans in the last 8 days. Who else is doing that? Nobody. Hard. Anybody else who's doing that shit? First off, they're not. Second off, if they are, they're selling you guys the fucking picks. They're making you pay them just to tail the picks. Think about that for a sec. We're in here for free, grinding our fucking asses off to give you guys winners over the summer. For free. You better be tailing. Jovan, let's make it 3 in a row today.
Sure.
Why not us? I love my squares today. I have not peeped your squares yet, but I'm excited to go over them.
Yeah.
Okay?
You're probably like one.
Great call on Lourdes Gurriel yesterday as well. You hit a fucking nuke in the first inning. You're him.
2.5 RBI squares, man.
Yeah.
It's just.
Let's keep it hot, guys. Just like Banana saying in the chat. W Banana, W Vibes guy. I can tell Banana's a vibes guy. Let's keep it hot, guys. Been green since he's been in the chat. Fuck yeah, Banana. You're him. Sade Whiteman tails. That's why he comes in here every day and drops a 5-unit subby, because that's just a little fucking rake of the coins he's making from the sharp report 4-man. It's that simple. It's that simple. Come on, chat. Get fucking bricked up. get bricked up. Back-to-back Sharp Report 4-mans, 3 Sharp Report 4-mans in the last 8 days. All
People
for
sleep
free,
too.
consistently here every day.
This is the last Friday BTL without a football preview.
Wow.
People forget that.
Wow. That just gave me chills.
We got to do it. Week 0.
Chills. Guys, we are so fucking close. So close. Come on. Why are we not more fucking gassed up in the chat right now? What is going on? Do you guys want it or not? It's a fucking Friday. It's the weekend. We're getting drunk tonight. We're hitting our fucking bets. We're hitting the squad ride. We might hit a 3rd straight Sharp Report 4-man on Prize Picks. Do you guys fucking want it or not?
Talk to
Come on.
Is this when's
Show some fucking heart.
When's your barbecue, Krabs? Your little cookout? Is that today
Tomorrow.
or is that Saturday?
That's tomorrow.
Wow.
I'm looking forward
Imagine
to that.
you could roll into the cookout, 3 straight Sharp Report 4-mans. My God.
Dude, yeah. I'd walk in there like him. I'd be him.
Like him.
I'd be him. Now, anytime I send a play in my buddy's group chat, it automatically loses. So I will not be sending any plays in there for people to tail.
Huge.
That's just how life works, right? That's just how betting works.
Huge.
You have a play you love, you send it in the group chat with your buddies. Next thing you know, it's the worst play ever, and all your other bets hit. That's just how life works, at least for me.
Dude,
So I don't send the plays in there anymore, but yeah, I'm excited for tomorrow. I'm excited to make some meats.
Dude, not even saying it just to sound like him. I am the exact opposite. It's unreal. Whenever I send a bet to the group chat, it has been the greatest bet of all time every single time. It's unbelievable because I sparingly do it. Sparingly do it.
I'm jealous.
I texted the fellas, what was it, 2 nights ago, and saying, we're about to see Brandon Lau send one to the moon. I need all you guys tapped in.
Wow.
Of course he does it. The one that whole group chat also remembers the first Great House sweat. The first one in the semi against Penn State. That was a group ride. Unbelievable. So I might need to give you the tip off when those are happening.
Yeah, dude, please. And I'm very jealous. I would give a lot to have that ability. Because I have the opposite. I got buddies who in the group chat, they're like, stop sending fucking plays in here, you bozo. They're like, you do this for a fucking living? You fucking suck. Like, my best friends are saying that. And I'm like, all right, I'm fucking done. I'm done. So I don't send plays in there anymore. But, yeah, let's make some fucking coins today. Let's roll it into the weekend. Let's have a fucking weekend. I'm excited to have a weekend.
A great weekend.
But we're not having a weekend unless we cash a fucking squad ride tonight. Plain and simple. Yeah, so let's get to it. We have a big day today. We're going to talk about the Commanders here in a second. Hell yes. We're going to talk some football, some college football. We're going to get into the Sharp Report 4-man. We're talking baseball. We're talking CFL. We're about to have a day. Okay? All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Let's get to some football talk, huh? The Commanders.
And here we are. Here we are.
Wow. Been waiting very patiently for this day. Oh, guys, I'm a fan of some rat shit teams. Have you seen that thing going viral of like you type it, you plug in what teams you're a fan of, and it tells you the misery index of what your teams are? I have an 80 rating. It's extremely high. I've only seen one other post higher than an 80, and it was like the guy's teams. Like he just like, I feel like picked the worst teams just to be funny. I put in all my teams. Very high misery index rating there. If there's one glimmer of hope, it's the Washington fucking Commanders. Jovan, it starts at the top. They get that little weasel out of the front office, that piece of shit. Next thing you know, everything changes for this team. A team who has a legitimate fan base, a top 5 fan base in the NFL. We haven't seen it in our lifetime because everybody's so fucking depressed, beaten down, tired of this team. So many people have given up on this team. Well, what a year last year. What a fucking year. All of a sudden, the tickets are $300 a pop to get in there. You can't even get in there unless you know a guy or you got a rep hooking you up. You can't get in the fucking building. Talk about a comeback story. Jovan, it starts at the top. It starts with the owner, Josh Harris. It starts with the coach, Baldy, Dan Quinn. It starts with the coordinators, my guy Cliff, best friends. I met him in person. I dapped him up. And it starts with the QB, Jane Daniels, who, if you have not, witnessed greatness or seen him play the whole last season, like you must live under a fucking rock because he's already a top 5 QB in the NFL. If you disagree, you're wrong. He's him. He has a photographic memory. He's a great leader. He's a team player. He's out there smiling, having fun all the time. He has a great fucking attitude. Oh, and by the way, he wins. Most importantly, he wins. God, man, I am bricked up. For the first time in my life, I am bricked up to be a Washington Commanders fan. That makes me want to fucking shed one singular tear. I swear to God. I can barely even say that without choking up and getting through it. For the first time in my life, I am happy to be a Washington Commanders fan. Man, life is good. And I don't see that shit changing. I don't see the vibes changing. We're back. And we're back for good. Let's talk about this team. Because I fucking love the pieces they added, man. I really do. You add Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, who, by the way, is the best running back on the team already. Bless Eckler's heart. Bless B-Rob's heart. We're going to use all three. But he's the best one already. You add Laramie Tunsil, who, by the way, not a fucking soul is talking about Laramie Tunsil. Not a soul. Haven't heard one peep about bringing this guy over. The best left tackle in fucking football right this second. The best. Nobody's saying a fucking peep about it. You look at the defense, man. You add Javon Kinlaw. Nobody gives a shit. He's about to have a breakout year. You add Von Miller, who, by the way, had one of his best seasons of his career last year. Nobody gives a shit. They're still counting us out. They don't think we can run it back. Well, I'll tell you right now, they're wrong. Great rookie added in the secondary as well, Trey Amos. I'm very excited to see him in the secondary. You had a good lineman as well, who might not start off the rip, but I'm telling you right now, by the time we're halfway through the season, Josh Connerly, the first-round pick, will be starting. They added Hokie, who I cannot believe he lasted that long to the 4th round, hearing all the reports around the league. This kid's going to be the next big thing in the slot. And Jalen Lane. He will be.
Second-round pick, Krabs. You traded a second-round pick for Jalen Lane.
Yeah, I did.
You need to be
and I don't give a fuck.
behind the ball.
I would have traded a first-rounder for him.
That's the worst fantasy trade of the year.
Well, I'm very good at fantasy football. I trust my read. A lot of great pieces on this team. You add Debo. Tunsil's 31. Who gives a shit? He's a fucking O-lineman. Trent Williams was great until he was 36. Who gives a fuck if he's 31? He's the best tackle in the fucking game. This team is legit. They're making another run. Look, I know there's some fucking distractions going on right now with this team. Terry's not getting paid yet. It's kind of fucking pissing me off. They're not playing great in practice right now. It's going to be okay. It's going to work out. You know why? Because we have a great coach. We have great leadership. And we have an elite quarterback. Elite quarterback. The team's at fucking 9.5 wins for this upcoming season. They're going over that. This team's making the playoffs. Not a hot take. They're minus money too. Jovan, the Washington Commanders are winning the NFC East in 2025. Nobody knows more about this team than me. They don't. If they disagree, they're wrong.
No.
I know this team. I know this division. Like the back of my fucking hand. They are winning the division this season. I've already seen it. The Eagles aren't winning. I'll tell you right now, a team is not breaking the trend of no repeat offender winning the NFC East since 2007. That is the craziest trend in the NFL. Craziest trend. It's not changing this year. Super Bowl slump. It's coming. We're getting our lick back against the Eagles. And the Commanders are winning the division. You can laugh. You can say GG. You can fucking say he's biased. You're wrong. I'm right. I know this fucking team. They're coming for a vengeance. They're winning the NFC East. Just fucking wait. Just fucking wait.
So what's the
Jovan, what am I missing?
What's the order you got here for NFC East finish?
Commanders, Eagles, Cowboys, all make the playoffs. Giants. The best the NFC East has been in 10 years. And by the way, it's the best division in football. So that's a pretty big take. That's a pretty big take.
It might be. Might be this year. Might be this year.
Goots, I don't have time. I don't have time for your Baltimore shit today, Goots. I don't. Please stay on mute.
It would
I
be
don't have
better
time
than the
for it,
NFC North if it wasn't JJ McCarthy. Or it probably is only because of JJ McCarthy. Last year is definitely not better.
JJ
But
McCarthy plays in that league, so they're not the best.
I know. That's what I'm saying. We'll see how good he is, and it'll probably
What am I missing
overtake
here?
it.
What am I missing here? Push back. If you think I'm wrong, push back. I'd love to talk through it.
No, I don't have too much pushback. I think everybody is already cooked in the Commanders' regression going, and trust me, I'm all in on a lot of sophomore slump quarterback stuff. But
Yeah.
I think it's a little different now, especially because this is going to be the best offensive line you've had in a while. It's
Yes.
one of the better ones that I can remember, which I think
Yes.
not only is good for the overall offense, but if you're looking for a sophomore slump quarterback, one of the big reasons why, like we were talking about CJ Stroud doing it last year, is because the offensive line was moose shit. It was a little injured going into the year, but it was absolutely moose shit to start the year. So like CJ Stroud not only had the sophomore slump like really at his fingertips, but he also had a bad offensive line that he was trying to do it behind. Commanders have made noticeable upgrades there, which is not only good for JD5, but it's also good for the run game, whoever that may be. So I think that's fine. And I know there's some weird trade talks going on with Brian Robinson. So obviously this is a weight to push, but even regardless of where he ends up, if he gets traded, which I still don't think is going to happen, but if he does, he's going to the Texans because Joe Mixon is almost dead at this point. We've heard no updates except for the ones that I know because I have a little insider info from his doctors, but he might be done a while. Nick Chubb, probably not going to be much of a impact there. So it might be Woody Marks for a little bit, Damian Pierce. If they make a move, it's for Brian Robinson. That's probably the only place I see him going. But if he doesn't, which I think is the most likely outcome, Ja'Cory Cross-Merritt has had a great camp. I'm excited about him, but I still, at the end of the day, think Brian Robinson is the goal line back. And the Commanders were incredibly efficient in the red zone the entirety of the year. And a lot of that had to do with JD5. Brian Robinson had a stretch of 4 or 5 straight games in the beginning of the year where he had this touchdown, where a majority of his 8 came from last year. And then towards the end of the season, he didn't do much at all in the red zone. And a little bit of that was because he was banged up and they started rotating running backs. But now I think, especially if this offense doesn't take the step back that I think almost everybody expects them to at the goal line, he's going to be the guy. This reminds me of even if it's Ja'Cory Cross-Merritt and Eckler and a little bit else, he's the David Montgomery role for this offense. So I think if he stays, and especially as a complimentary back, I think he has incredible touchdown upside to be like the 10-plus guy. There's always one of these bruiser power goal line backs that has incredible touchdown upside, and you see it all the time. These guys blow past their line. I think assuming he stays on the team, and even if he goes to the Texans or someone else that barely or badly needs this RB situation improved, especially at the goal line, he has big time upside. So I'm kind of excited about that.
I mean, Chad, I'll tell you right now, we're going to screenshot all of these terrible, fucking incorrect, ridiculous chats when the Commanders win this division, and you guys are going to be embarrassed. You're going to be front and center on the YouTube when we make this YouTube short. So I hope you guys know that all these chats are just absurd, hating on the Commanders and hating on this tech. They're going to be good
Also,
again.
while we're talking about running backs in the Commanders, 8th easiest schedule of rush defenses from the Commanders this year, which
huge.
Again, one of the reasons why I think sophomore slump concerns are definitely valid with JD5 and with Cliff for that matter, because there's always the Cliff. But with an improved offensive line and an improved, you would think, run game that gets to stem from that, I feel a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, best O-line we've had since we had Brandon Sheriff, Morgan Moses, Trent Williams. I'm so excited to watch this team. It's almost a good thing they're not playing great in camp right now. Right? The last thing we need is them to come in and play great and show up fat, happy, complacent to start the season. It's almost like you want them to be a little nervous and make some tweaks and make some changes. It's almost like you want them to go into the season on edge, just like we were last year. Oldest team in the NFL. People are scared by that. We have great depth on this team. Oldest team in the NFL tells me we got a lot of seasoned veterans who've seen a lot of fucking snaps and a lot of hungry players who are looking to make an impact and win a fucking bowl before they got to hang them up. That's the kind of team I want Mike Owens on. What more does this team have to prove? They went to the fucking NFC Championship last year out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. And by the way, people saying the Eagles own the Commanders, they don't. Think about how bad the Commanders have been the last 10 years, besides last season. And the Eagles are only 6-4 in the last 10 against the Commanders. So they don't. Actually, the Commanders play the Eagles very well. Even when the Commanders suck, they play the Eagles very well. Trust me, I know. I follow this division like it's my fucking job. I do. I do.
You should.
Krabs, can you just acknowledge that if the Commanders weren't your favorite team, you'd have an under ticket bet? No, I can't. No, I can't. The Commanders are the most popular sophomore slump angle in the NFL this season.
Yeah,
Most popular. It's
Maybe
the
that's
easiest, most simpleton take.
maybe it's Stroud like recency bias because nobody wanted to think that the Stroud sophomore slump was happening. We were on the other side of that last year where we were, I guess, at pitchforks out our door for talking about that. But everybody is, I guess, I don't want to say super low on the Commanders, but they all acknowledge that they think there's a big step back coming in some form.
Yeah, anybody who thinks that must not believe in Jaden Daniels, which is a fucking mistake.
Well, I mean, it's probably also a little bit Cliff. We'll say that too. Maybe it doesn't just have to do with JD5. It's the combination of the two. But I really do think it is some CJ Stroud recency bias.
Sure. And this team is better than the Texans roster-wise. And CJ Stroud still found a way to take his team to the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
Okay. DeGen, thanks for the subby, man. You're good. He says, I'm in on the Manders, but legit reasons to be concerned. Schedule much harder. They won most of their one-score games. Sure.
Yeah.
But let's not forget, they did this with a rookie quarterback. When is the last time a rookie quarterback took his team to his conference championship? Legitimately asking. Anybody know? When is the last time a rookie took his team to his conference championship? Somebody speak up in the chats.
Maybe top Bulls.
It's been a while.
Joe
Dudes.
fucking Flacco.
Not the fucking time, Goots.
No. I'm going to come here and
You might
defend
be
you,
the-
Krabs. I'm going to
might be
come
the
here and
answer.
defend you. Are we not tired of seeing the Eagles and Cowboys slurpage all over the place? And now we have a fun JD5 QB in this division that we can watch for years to come.
How do you hate JD5? Like,
I
how does
don't
anybody
know
hate
how
JD5?
you
You know what I
do.
mean?
I'm
I don't
super
get it.
excited to watch.
It's just people hating greatness. Thank you, Goots.
Yes.
It's people hating greatness. It's people who don't win in life hating on winners because they're jealous. That's what it is.
With
It's
that
people
said,
saying, oh, you're not running that back again.
fuck Lamar.
Okay. Come on. Why was that threat in there?
I was slipping in, dude. I wanted to hate. We're talking about haters. I want to be a hater. I want to keep it
Okay.
up. Just keeping the vibes up.
Okay. This team is really good again. If they stay healthy, they're going to win the division. There's other pieces that I didn't even fucking mention and talk about. Zach Ertz and his connection with JD5. Zach Ertz has one more left in him. Zach Ertz was significantly better than Travis Kelce last year. Zach Ertz was a top 5 tight end in fantasy football last year, and nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a single fuck. Nobody's talked about it once. I will. I have to.
Crap.
Somebody's got to stand up for him.
Krabs.
He was a touchdown machine last season.
But we're really
Touchdown
talking
machine.
about like Zach Ertz being the key to them to win the East, man.
Yes.
In the Big 2-5.
Yes. Yes. Did you not watch him last year?
I watched
is the
him.
shit
He
I'm
was,
talking
he was
about.
good. He was a good safety blanket, but like, is he really tilting the needle that much for them to win the division? I
Yes,
feel like
he
there's
is.
so many other places you could have gone with that.
No, he's tilting it. He's tilting the needle. He is.
Okay.
He is. You guys will see. You might not believe. You might just want to hate greatness and a rookie QB, right?
I'm with you, though.
Am I worried about the D-line at all? No, I'm not, because we still have Deron Payne. I know we got rid of Jonathan Allen, but that guy didn't want to be here anyways, respectfully. Good ball player, but he didn't want to be here anymore. And we got Javon Kinlaw coming in. Haven't seen addition to the defense in the NFL talked least about this offseason than Javon Kinlaw, who, by the way, is from D.C., and he's going to have a fucking breakout season. Not one peep.
No, I love that
Not
pickup.
one peep.
Love that pickup.
Great pickup. Great pickup. Didn't mention Adam Peters, by the way, who's a legitimate GM. People are saying they don't even want to negotiate with him because they know they're going to lose every deal. Adam Peters is goated. We can move. We can groove. If you guys don't agree with me, you're wrong. And you'll see it here in a couple months. And I can't wait. I can't wait. You'll see. We got Big Cheesy coming in. Big Cheesy is being a vibes guy today. Look at this shit, Javon. Big Cheesy is a
Love
vibes
that.
guy today.
Love that.
Love to see it. Love to see it. All right, let's move. Let's groove. Let's talk briefly. You guys are going to love this when you see what team I'm bringing up here for the college football playoffs.
Oh, boy.
You're going to love it. Colorado.
Oh, boy.
Colorado.
What a segue.
Let's get right to it. Wow. Wait a
The way he
second.
gets
Their
to
coaches.
Slurp the Commanders.
I'm
and
having a
fade
Friday.
beyond in the same day.
It's birthday weekend. I'm having a fucking Friday. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I don't. Colorado. I'm getting my lick back this year. Jovan, wait a second. They have Coach Prime as their coach. They just inducted 2 of their players last year into the Hall of Fame when they went 500s. And their win total this year is at 5.5. What the hell? Is that a mistake?
They're losing.
Vegas doesn't even think they might go bowling potentially here?
They're losing.
Is this a fuck up? Huh. Interesting. I'm taking the under 5.5 wins. I'm doing it again.
There we go.
And it's hitting. That's the craziest part. It's hitting for a couple reasons. Number one, and by the way, happy for Coach Prime and his health. I thought that conference was going to go a different way. I'm happy for him and his health. I want that on record. Good for Coach Prime. Good for Coach Prime. Let's fucking go. I'm not even being sarcastic. W's there. W's in the chat there for Coach Prime. But I'm concerned about this team's roster. I am. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't. Yes, their O-line has gotten a lot better. They bring in 4 new O-linemen. Goodness gracious, they needed that. Their O-line last year was cheeks. So their O-line will be a lot better this year. They will. They will. But Jovan, they're not going to have, Shador back there hitting the fucking Shador on teams with his $1 million watch. They're going to have Caden Salter coming over from Liberty. Bless his heart. I would love to root for this kid. He was great 2 years ago. Last year, he was quail shit. Took a step back. What's he going to do this year against this really tough schedule? And all their best receivers left. Travis Hunter leaves. Jimmy Horn?
Yep.
Leaves as well. 2 stud receivers gone. I think they had one more as well. Or maybe that was Wester on the Ravens from 2 years ago. Excuse me.
No, that was last year, right?
Was that last year as well? Okay.
Sure
yeah, their receiving room is toast. They're toast. And I'll tell you right now, Jovan, their defense didn't get good enough to carry this team. This team's never going to have a defense that carries them. They're all going to be flashy. They're always going to be flashy. They're always going to be an offense-first team. That's what Coach Prime wants. He wants flashy. He wants good TV ratings. He wants to be a me guy. He wants his team to outscore their opponents. Well, they have a good O-line this year. I'll give them that. But besides that, every other facet of their team got worse. Caden Salter is going to hold them back. And let's briefly go through their schedule. And I will tell you why they are not winning 6 games. They're losing their first game of the season at home to Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech is going in there laying 4. On the road. Georgia Tech. Are you kidding me? Sure, you can make an argument Georgia Tech is trendy, but this is still Georgia Tech we're talking about here. That'd be like Virginia Tech going into Colorado laying 4. That's ridiculous. No, it is.
The Hokies and GT, we're putting them on the same plane here.
Well, we beat them last year, so yeah.
We beat them without Haynes King.
A win's a win. All that matters is results.
Okay.
That's a win for Georgia Tech. 0-1 for Colorado. Then they get a handout against Joe Flacco's Delaware team. Sure, the Blue Hens. That's a win. That's 1 win for Colorado. They play at Houston. Sketchy game. I'll give them a win there. That's 2 wins. They play Wyoming at home. That's a win. That's 3 wins. Then Jovan, they get into the fucking gauntlet of conference play. They might not win a game in their conference this season. Let me say that one more time for the people who didn't hear me. Colorado might not win a conference game this year.
Krabs.
Colorado might not win a conference game this year. Listen to their schedule.
You're losing.
BYU at home. BYU at home.
Probably winning the first one. You know you already gave
BYU
them,
at home.
You already gave them a win in the Big 12. Houston's in the Big 12.
You're right. BYU at home. That's probably a loss. At least a sketchy game. That's their easiest fucking game of the season in conference. I'll give them a win there. Sure, that's 4 wins. They play at TCU. That's a loss. I'm sure you can back me there. They play Iowa State at home. That's a loss. They play at Utah. That's going to be a bloodbath. They play Arizona at home. Noah Fafita, legacy season, bounce back season. That's a loss. They play at West Virginia. That could easily be a loss. I'll give them 1 win between that game, Arizona State, and Kansas State. That's 5 wins, and that's me being very generous. Where am I wrong?
I don't know, dude. I'm not a Salter guy. I don't think he's very good. I don't think he's going to translate all that well. But I feel like there's an upset in here somewhere. Whether it happens to be Georgia Tech, maybe it's Iowa State, and they're not as good as people think they're going to be preseason. I feel like they're going to be teetering that 5 line. They're probably going to end on 5 or 6, right on there. You just got to clench and hope they don't win a single game as a dog.
I think their conference schedule is really fucking hard.
It is. It is.
Really fucking hard. I think
Could
Coach
be
Prime
hard.
got a tough draw.
It's not easy.
He got a tough draw, man. Tough draw. I'm seeing 5 wins, and that's me being generous. I gave them a couple wins there. I could see them losing those games. I could see them losing that Houston game. Straight up. Salter's first road conference game, they could lose that game.
Friday night, too. They have 2
That's a
Friday
sketchy
night
game.
games to start, and I guess not non-conference because Houston's a Big 12 game, but first 3 games of the season. Friday night at home against GT, and then Friday night on the road against Connor Wigman. GOAT.
Tough schedule. I know I'll be clenched for this one. Clenched, excuse me. Because it's never easy fading Coach Prime for me, and it's like my Aaron Judge of football. I get it. But guys, his team may win in 6 games. I've already seen it.
Krabs
Let's move. Let's groove.
Dream day for Krabs getting to talk about.
Great day. Great day.
Talk about this shit, man.
Went 4-1 yesterday on the Sharp Report. Hit back-to-back Sharp Report 4-mans. Had a legacy sweats last night. If you missed it, that's on you. Stop missing sweats. Stop missing streams. And today we're fucking locking in. We're hitting a squad ride, talking about the Commanders and fading Colorado. You mind if I have a day? Having one.
Day, Krabs.
Having one.
Just
all right. Get to your college football honorable mention team here. Wow, the Huskies.
Sure. The Washington Huskies. Goats. Had a, I don't know, like up and down season a little bit last year. I think we all figured that it was going to be some form of rebuilding year. They lost a bunch of talent. Big switch at quarterback, obviously, too, between the 2 guys. Like now it's DeMond Williams season, which I like. Out of like the athletic quarterbacks that are, I think, a little bit overrated in college football that I'm pretty down on. Sellers is one of those, but he's not one that I'm incredibly low on. I think he can be pretty exciting in this offense, and it especially helps when not only do you have an offense that returns a good bit of production, especially across the offensive line that was also already very good, but you have Jonah Coleman coming back in his senior year, one of the best running backs in the Big Ten, and I think he's going to be absolutely electric this season. You bring back Denzel Boston too, which, I mean, he's the de facto number 1 option there. He probably should have been anyway, but there's a lot of talent up and down this offense, and I think this is another situation for me, especially under Jed Fish, where you're going to see them improve, but you may not see it record-wise, which is why, I mean, my best bet is not just their win total over, because they do have some pothole games going up and down their schedule. Like the non-conference, I don't want to say it's all that easy. Like you should beat Colorado State and UC Davis at home. They have the Apple Cup after a bye in Pullman. So like what's going to happen there? I don't know. But looking through and we talked about this with like the Maryland spot when we were talking about their win total, but they have a road trip at Maryland the week after a big Ohio State game that we'll talk about. You got a trip to Michigan, which is tough. You come and host Illinois in a weird game. You got to go to UCLA, to Wisconsin. So I think they're going to be a better team, an improved team. I'm interested to see how DeMond Williams kind of progresses throughout the season. The defense is going to be better. It's going to be good. It was good last year too, but they got some fortunate scheduling to say that, throughout the entirety of the season. But this year, I do want to target them, but it's going to be a game-to-game thing. And the one that I am pretty obsessed about, Krabs, happens to be Ohio State.
Wow.
And that's the best bet.
Wow.
Plus 13.5 you can get right now for week 5 against Ohio State. Ohio State last year, they were not one of the teams where they had many of these new trips. And I'm very big on fading the new trips, just like Cal Miami was a new trip. And we talked about a couple of those in the Big Ten, this year through the teams you've already gone in on. But Ohio State, the only team, I guess, former Pac-12 team that they had to face last year, and the only road trip that they took that was out of the norm was Oregon. And they lost that game, but Oregon's Oregon. This is the first truly weird one that they have on the schedule. And it also happens to be this year, their first conference game and first road trip for that matter. They start out with Texas and they go softball, Grambling, Ohio. They get a bye week and then they travel west to see Washington. So the bye week mitigates some of the travel concerns, I guess you could say, of going all the way west because they'll be somewhat rested. But I don't care because I think the spot's perfect for them. And I especially love that this Washington team is going to be physical. One of my questions about Texas is the fact that they're replacing for the first time. It feels like so much talent on both sides of the line. You're bringing some guys back, but you're working in guys in new spots. So first week, especially with Arch under center. I don't know how you're going to be able to hold up behind that, so I'm concerned. Washington, you're bringing back a lot, especially on the offensive line, like you talked about. But I think this is a huge, huge spot for them. Getting one of the big boys in the Big Ten to come west. Maybe I haven't looked at the schedule for this, but this is probably going to be a pretty big game in the docket. Maybe if Washington's good and there's some respect, you'll get a weird like college game day in this. But I think they might beat Ohio State. I will say that. I think this is a game that at the very least comes down to the last possession. And if they beat them, and even if they cover, that makes this whole little plan of them going east and losing / not covering to Maryland play out the next week even better. But
it'd be beautiful.
Again, love this bet. Better team. Might not see it in the record because they have potholes in their schedule, just like that Maryland game. But I'm in to bet them game to game.
We might have to go to that Maryland game.
It's kind of a sick game. Yeah.
We'd be the only people in the fucking crowd. It's an absolute joke in College Park during a football Saturday. It's a joke. It's actually sad.
Yeah, Gates going to go front row.
It's a joke. You could just walk down and sit front row. Nobody fucking goes to the games. All my buddies never even went to a single fucking game. They would tailgate sometimes, but they never went in. It's a fucking joke. Dude. It's sad. It really is.
Can't even imagine.
Sad. I know. It's different. It's people from the South. It doesn't even make sense to their brains, right? Because football is so fucking big. Even if you go to a shit school, you go to the games. The Terps fans, they don't give a fuck. It's sad. It's sad. All right. I love this play, Jovan. I'm assuming you're assuming that the Huskies will be shorter than plus 13.5 by the time this game rolls around, right?
I don't really know. I don't think it's going to go many places. Because, I mean, unless they lose the Apple Cup, like maybe the line gets bigger. I don't see a world where it gets too much one way or the other from this, to be honest with you.
All right. Let's move. Let's groove. W Huskies talk. The Huskies might be back in the Big 2-5. You're not asking for the world from them. Just to cover a game, keep it within 2 tutties against Ohio State coming off a natty. That sounds right up my alley. I'm in. And then we fade them the next week in College Park. Can't make it up.
It's the master plan.
Yep. I'm so bought into that, though. It sounds like music to my fucking ears. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Let's talk about some baseball, huh? I know you guys are stoked for some more baseball talk here today on a Friday afternoon. How about a vintage first 5 undercard?
First 5 platter from Krabs.
Anybody who said I was going to have the Nats on here, go take a lap. Go take a lap.
I'm kind of disappointed. I got the Nats on here, man.
Stand up. Go take a lap. Keep the stream on, please. We appreciate the viewership. Go take a lap. Go grab a water. Go use the restroom. Go take a lap around the apartment or the house or whatever, and come back. Hit the reset.
That could have been the big reset. 3. Kami Slurp, Dion Chirp, and Nats first 5s.
Jovan, the world might fucking explode if I did that. So I'm going to keep the Nats out of it today. I honestly like the over in the Nats game today. I'll say it. Wow. I like the over in that game. So, But again, overs don't hit. So I'm not going to try to force one in. They just don't hit. They hit 40% of the time. And we don't talk about that.
Hit, though.
Yeah, honestly. As I'm about to talk about an over here. Jesus Christ. First 5 over. Although, in my defense, this is a disgusting over.
Yeah, it's a crabby over.
Right? Game of the night. Series of the weekend. Maybe series of the year. You've been talking about it all week. Right? Milwaukee comes into town. Cincy trying to make the playoffs. Milwaukee on fire. Cincy on fire. This is probably series of the year.
If you want to
Until we get to Red Sox Yankees coming out, this is series of the year now.
I don't know, dude. I mean, the Yankees are knock. That'll be a cool series. But if you want to see the closest thing to a playoff atmosphere we've seen all season, probably tune into Apple TV for this game tonight. This series also is everything.
Yes, the Yankees are knock. I appreciate you mentioning that. Also, a good point from the Big Bat. Yes, the LA and San Diego series is also up there for series of the year. Why is nobody talking about the fact that the Padres are in first place?
It's pretty crazy.
Haven't heard one peep about the Padres being in first place over the Dodgers. Nobody gives a shit. It's crazy. Guys, the Dodgers have $1 billion roster. I know the Padres have gone out and gotten a ton of guys as well, obviously, but not at the level of the Dodgers. Come on. That's insane. That's insane. And nobody's talking about that. But let's keep it reeled in here. Let's talk about this fucking game I have a bet in. The over 4.5. Guys, when Mizorowski got announced in this game, the total didn't move. Well, it did for a hair. It moved for a little bit, down to 8.5. Now it's back up to 9. You know why, Jovan? because he's only a kid. Bless his heart. He loves pulling Pokemon cards and, making jokes and wearing chains at the All-Star game. He's only a kid. He's fresh. He hasn't dealt with all this injury bullshit yet. Coming back having to face major league batters. He's not going to be himself. He's not going to be locked in. He's going to be on a pitch limit, right? They're just happy that he's back right now. I love fading guys coming back from injuries, especially younger pitchers. Hate to say it. I'm happy he's back. I'm happy he's great for baseball.
Great for ball.
We have an opportunity to fade him today and make money. So let's fade Miz. Let's fade Mizorowski. And let's fade Nick Martinez, who has a disgusting, completely redded out earned runs allowed square up on Prize Picks. So keeping it simple here. Mizorowski's given up 2 or 3. Nick Martinez has given up 3+. I'm no mathematician, but that's 5-6 runs right off the rip there easily. And guys, you're not going to get Ma and Pa's Mizorowski up there on the bump today. They're also playing in the Great American Small Park. This game's also on Apple TV, a prime time for some juice baseballs when football's around the corner during preseason football. When Manfred says, you know what, we want people with their eyeballs in this game. So I'm seeing runs. I'm seeing early runs. I want to keep the bullpens out of it. The Brewers bullpen is elite, hilarious. They let go of Devin Williams. He stinks, and their bullpen gets better. Can't fucking make it up. That goes to show you the talent development up there in New York is a fucking joke. Nobody works. Nobody works up there. Lazy and complacent. Hilarious. The blue-collar Brewers bullpen is fucking elite. They're better. And the Reds bullpen's been no slouch this year either, Jovan. No slouch. Give me the first 5 over. Keep the bullpens out of it. No need. No need.
Sure. I'm in.
What's up, Jonesy? What's up, Banana? Good to see you guys. Let's swing it around for Jovan here. I want to hear his first sell job. Okay.
Wish it didn't have to be this way, because this is the team I guess we're actively rooting against in this race, and they've been fucking terrible, so it's been great. So the reason the Reds are back in it. The Reds have been good, but good enough. But now they're only a half a game back. But the Mets, they finally welcome in a team from the West Coast here in the Mariners. And Luis Castillo is on the bump for the Mariners, and he's been really good in his last 5 starts. You know what the reason for that is, Krabs?
What?
4 of his last 5 starts have been at home. And the 1 start on the road was the A's, which is a tough environment. But A's are not the best matchup against Luis Castillo. So he's good against them. He has a 2.41 at home. That soars up to 4.31 on the road. Just classic Luis Castillo. And not only that, he hasn't faced very many teams with pop recently, which, as weird as the Mets have been, they're out of looking at the last matchups he's had, they've also been at home. But when you bring the Rays into Seattle, when you bring the Rangers into Seattle, even the Brewers, which he didn't have a great start against, but the Brewers are not the team with pop. They're the team that'll nickel and dime you to death. Even the Astros, they're not that team right now. And the A's are somewhat that team in that park, I guess, but it's really the top of the lineup and a couple guys, and the bottom of that lineup is atrocious right now. So the Luis Castillo issues, where you're going to see him give up some hard contact, are going to reappear, especially against a team that, again, as bad as they've been at points in the last couple of weeks, they're still not striking out a super high clip. It's gone up a little bit, but this screams a spot where Luis Castillo gives up a shot or two that really kills him, especially when I'm expecting a really good start from Sean Manaeus. Mariners team has been super weird offensively, and they're also on this little East Coast road trip themselves. That series against the Orioles was odd in a billion different ways, partially because the offense looked horrible in that series for a majority of it. They got their, I guess, J-Rod sneak home run, and really the offense didn't look good for 70-80% of that series. I think that's something that's going to carry throughout this road trip, especially as long as they're on it against good pitching, and their numbers have started to trail off against lefties. And a veteran like Sean Manaea, I think, is going to take care of this lineup. So this feels to me like a pretty massive big game for the Mets, because they've started slipping. It's all been massive for the last couple of weeks, but now I think this is their best shot to get something going, and I think they do, unfortunately for the Reds.
I am so in. Manaea squares make it seem like he's going to pitch great. I'm going to target some of those. Luis Castillo squares look like he's not going to have a great start. I fucking love that. I'm down to fade him on Prize Picks as well. Juan Soto's on fire. Pete Alonso's on fire. Lindor's heating up. I'm so in. The Mets win this game. The Mets win this game.
W Mets.
Love this play. Love it. Let's move. Let's groove. W Goots. How about another first 5? I got a couple for you guys today. First 5 under 5. Oh, this one's nasty. Stick with me here, folks. The juice is loose on the under in this game. Total open up at 9, like it is right now in the full game. The under was like plus 100, plus 102, depends on where you're looking. Now we're starting to see some minus 110s for that under. So always a great sign to see an under catching steam, especially with a guy like Savali on the bump and bullpens like this involved. But I'll keep the bullpens out of it because the White Sox bullpen's a fucking joke and the Royals sketch me out, certainly. Hunter Henry back on the IL as well. That guy has glass bones. Keep the bullpens out of it. Keep him out of it. Noah Cameron's a guy who just goes out there and pitches well every fucking start. It's super annoying because I love to fade him. Never works. Hate to say it, but it never works. I know the White Sox hit lefties well. I know. But they're still the fucking White Sox. They stink. They're dead. And even if he gives up a couple, I think Savali gives us 5 scoreless. I really do.
Vintage
I legitimately
Savali.
think he gives us 5 scoreless innings. Yes. W. Savali Slurpage. Have you checked his earned run square that's up there on Prospects?
Yeah, I've seen it because I've locked
yeah.
it in, Krabs, with you.
Oh, yeah. He's got a crazy one. He's shoving. He's not giving up a single run. Cameron might give up a couple. But, guys, we got 5 runs to play with here. Serious push potential, but got a good feeling about this first 5 under. And first 5 unders have treated us extremely well in the Big 2-5. Let's keep taking them. Nobody on fucking earth wants to lock in a first 5 under. That's why they hit. Little reminder for you guys. The nastier the play, the better the chance it hits. Okay? First 5 under. Nasty. Savali shoves. Cameron does enough.
First 5 fucking.
Yep.
How about it? Come in.
Swing it around for Bookit. Sure. Wow.
Raise up.
Okay.
Raise up in San Fran tonight.
Okay.
Get Joe Boyle on the mound after a horrific start from him. That was one of the – you're going to get a couple of those from Joe Boyle just because he's incredibly wild at times. So the Rays are working on him as a project to try and harness his command, and he's coming off a game where he sure as hell didn't have it. And not only didn't he have it, but it was kind of against the team that you don't want to not have it against. So it was a terrible situation. He gave up 6 runs. Now he gets to face a Giants team where I think it actually like helps him to be effectively wild in this spot. The Giants have been a little more patient over the last like month or so, but they're still like a relatively swing happy team. And they're one of, I guess, the bottom half of the league and like out of zone contact. So if you give them good breaking stuff, they will swing at it. So like Joe Boyle, his breaking stuff wasn't great in the last start. The fastball command wasn't great either. If he can be on with one of those, I think he's going to have a pretty solid start. Still probably gives up like a shot or two, has a bad inning. But other than that, like I think he's going to have a pretty solid start. And there's a pretty solid, I guess, rest bullpen behind him. I love betting on the Rays bullpen when they're rested and they can kind of bring them out as they choose. And compared to like the last couple months, I guess it really feels like really since the All-Star break, they've been in consistently shit spots with their bullpen rest. So they've been forced to kind of not deploy it in the right way, which is why they've been so bad. But talked about that with the Rasmussen start, worked out beautifully. He shoved and the bullpen was lights out after. Similar spot now, coming off a rest day here and staying on the West Coast here. So I think they'll be good and I think they'll be fine. Landon Roop's coming back from his little mini injury. Landon Roop is not a great pitcher. He's put up some great starts so far this year, but he fills up the zone when that's what I guess he's been doing prior to his injury for the last couple starts, which is why he's been so good. It's not what you want to do against the Rays, though, because the Rays are similar. Like if you make them chase outside the zone, they're not going to hit it. If you put it in the zone, then Brandon Lyle's going to have 2 splash hits by the 4th inning. So they're also calling up Big Bob Seymour today, which, again, he has unbelievable pop. I'm so excited for that. But, again, if you fill up the zone, he's going to send one to Mars. I kind of want to bet on him today in his debut. But there's a lot of guys that I think match up well against him. And I don't know exactly who we're going to see post Roop because he's going to be on some sort of limit, like maybe 4 innings. We'll see what it is. Maybe you see like Joey Lucchese or one of those guys, but it's a longer outing from the Giants bullpen that I'm surely selling.
Okay. I'm in. Raise up. Great sell job. Always concerns me, betting on a team when they have a guy making a debut, excuse me. But if you're looking him in the eyes and telling me you're about to fucking take him on Prize Picks today, that cancels out my worries. I'm in.
Well, he's hitting, not the pitcher.
Right.
Split first.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't like backing debuts. Like I said yesterday, Dylan Cruz, not even a debut, but a guy coming back.
Yeah.
I don't like buying good news, right? That's good news for the race, I guess is a better way to say it. But,
well, really, it's really not because them bringing him up is pretty much them sending a message that they're kind of punting on the season. Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to get him
right.
ABs. So it's I guess in that it's more buying bad news than good news, I would say.
All right.
Either he's hitting nukes or he's striking out every at bat. So
yeah.
All right. We'll come back to that CFL over. Try to get our lick back on that one. Gootsy, swing it around for me, will you? Thank you. Favorite play of the day today? Orioles, Astros, first 5 under. Talk about keep the bullpens out of it. The Orioles bullpen's a fucking joke, just like the Nats. You could combine the Orioles and Nats bullpens right now, and they'd still be the worst bullpen in baseball. Goots, can I get some backup on this one?
Any
They're a
comments?
fucking
Goots?
joke. They're a fucking
Any
joke.
comments?
Absolutely correct.
Yes, thank you, Goots. Appreciate that. It's a joke. Cano is, by the way, Cano is the biggest me guy. Get him off the team. Cut him.
Yeah.
Cut him. That
But
guy
I
has the
don't know,
worst
man.
attitude I've ever seen.
He was
Worst
good for
attitude.
he was good for the 2 years when we were making the playoffs, but
sure.
now we're good.
When he gets the ball taken from him after he gives up runs, he mopes and whines and walks back so slow. Such a fucking me guy. I'm so tired of Cano. I'm so tired of Cano. Anyways, that's why we're going to keep the bullpens out of it. Their bullpen is a fucking joke. But you know who's not going to be a joke today? It's Brandon Young. And he typically is a joke. Has this guy even won a fucking game yet? No, he hasn't. He has not won a game all season. Bless his heart. 0-6. A lot of no decisions. Got a 6.7 ERA. Hasn't had much offensive help when he pitches either, which is a good thing. Sometimes guys just get no run support. I've seen it with Max Scherzer in the past, Strasburg in the past. We've seen it. The biggest example is DeGrom on the Mets. Got no run support, still won a Cy Young, right? When Brandon Young pitches, he gets no run support. And you know what? That's a good thing because we're taking the first 5 under. Guys, nasty square on Prize Picks today is Brandon Young earned runs allowed. Nasty square on Prize Picks today, Brandon Young less than earned runs allowed. I'll be taking that. Disgusting. And the under is minus 130 on the books. Why? Why? Against the playoff team in the Astros. That is ludicrous. Ludicrous. That is insane. I want it. And Framber's coming off of 2 dog shit starts. Or his last start was fucking terrible. His last start was terrible. Absolutely terrible. And Goots, you know what else is terrible? Bless your heart. I'm sorry. I know I'm coming at your neck right now. The Orioles against lefties is a fucking joke. Just like the Nats. They're very similar. A joke. Framber's going to shove. Bounce back start.
With that, I think
Lately,
yours-
randomly, it's been a little better, but still,
Well,
it's
that's not gonna last.
Framber. It's Framber. It's Framber.
I think
That's
there's
not gonna
something
last.
to be said too, which I guess this also applies to the Mets. Anytime there's like a game with a delay, like in the middle of the day, and it lasts for a little bit, I always like to fade the teams, especially when they have to travel after that. Orioles and Mariners both had to travel after yesterday.
Interesting. Orioles have been scoring runs of late. A little bit.
Yeah.
Offense is starting to wake up. They had their first walk-off of the season the other night. That's embarrassing. But what do we know about games in Houston? Games in Houston go under. They go under. Games in Houston go under. They always have. They always will. Jovan, the total in this game with Framber coming back from injury, making his debut when we were up there in New York, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Made his debut, pitched like...
I think he had a start before that where he was nuck. And then
back-to-back terrible starts.
Yeah, he was bad again.
Back-to-back terrible starts. You're right.
Yeah, he gave up.
And his fantasy score is high as shit today.
11 runs in his last 2 starts against the
Yep.
Yankees and Red Sox.
And the Orioles are finally hitting the ball for the first time. And Framber, who's been terrible, his fantasy score is high as shit. Huh. Brandon Young squares make it seem like he's going to have the best start of his career, which is not saying much, but his squares on Prize Picks make it seem like he's going to fucking shove. The total in this game has dropped from 8 to 7.5 with a game involving Brandon Young. Are you fucking kidding me?
Brandon fucking.
Like, what else needs to be said? Nothing. This game's going under. But I'd rather take the first 5 and keep the ratchet bullpen out of it. Love this play. Love this play. Come on.
Brandon fucking. It's crazy even thinking about it. Brandon Young, Colin Rayo's on the other side, but Brandon Young, Colin Rayo with the wind blowing in. And Wrigley 2 starts ago was 8.5.
Wow. 7.5.
Whole run for
In this one.
Framber
7.5.
after 11
Framber
runs
shoves.
in the last 2 starts.
Brandon Young shoves somehow. Love this play. Don't like it. Love it. Love it. We got Money Habits coming in, resub and W's. We got DeAndre Tyree in the YouTube saying Krabs just rode past RFK. The stadium demo has begun. It's about time. That place is a shithole. That place is a shithole. Get it out of here. Cannot wait for the new stadium. All right, let's move. Let's groove. Jovan, you got one more play for us? A CFL over. Let's get our fucking lick back. Come on.
Sure.
Come on.
I've talked to you about the Elks overs because their defense is just
They're elk shit.
horrible.
Yep.
Elk shit.
Yep.
They made a QB change partially by force over the last couple weeks, and part of it's that he's a lot better at managing the game than Trey Ford, who played at the beginning of the year, so it wasn't as many turnovers or anything. But they've played a lot of unders in a row now. It's been 4 straight, and part of it is because they've been playing 2 of the 4 games, some of the better defenses, so the matchups weren't really there. They're low-scoring games, including last week. They played Montreal in a game they won at the last second, and Montreal's defense is great. They didn't run the ball. They ran the ball 5 times for 0 yards with their starting running back, so a lot was on Cody Fajardo's shoulders in that game. But now they come back in a game against the Argonauts, which this is the square side of the bet, I guess. The Argonauts have been just in fuck it mode for the entirety of the last couple weeks. They also had a QB change. Nick Arbuckle's there. But their defense, remember I was talking about Ottawa just played in the super high-scoring game before yesterday's game? Played the Argonauts, the game that had 80-something points. That's just the kind of games they've been in lately. Their defense is super banged up. They have a couple offensive injuries coming into this game, but the Edmonton defense that is not very good has looked very good over the past couple of weeks. I do not think they're going to look that way tonight, but I still do kind of think they win the game, or at least it comes down to the end. Favorites have been struggling mightily in the CFL really all season, so it's hard to really be confident leaning into one, which is why I want to go with points, because I do think this is not another Elks can just skate by managing the game type game like they just did against Montreal, like they have even done for covers the last couple weeks against Hamilton and against the Rough Riders in that game. We got the last second touchdown. They're going to have to score in this game. Cody Fajardo is going to have to sling the rock, and they're going to have to run the ball a little bit better. They'll have a better chance to do it because the run defenses are not as tough as they faced the last couple of weeks. So hopefully Justin Rankin gets up and moving and has more than 0 yards this game. But it is pretty interesting because yesterday the quarterback squares were very concerning, especially because they had some normal squares up there for 1.5 touchdowns for both of the guys that were juiced under.
Right.
And I didn't check what actually ended in the game, but same total for this game. And maybe it makes sense for what they've done over the past couple weeks, but both of the 1.5 touchdowns are juiced completely the opposite way to the over. So I think this is maybe a spot that we won't need a crazy kick 6, hopefully, to get some over and get some points. But I love the offenses in this game. I think the Elks, for the first time in 5 weeks, see an over that they so deserve because their defense is terrible.
Where's your confidence level compared to yesterday's over, which had a miracle hit, obviously, but where's your confidence level with this one compared to yesterday?
I would say it's a little higher.
Wow.
Not drastically higher, but a little bit higher.
Okay. Yeah.
Probably would be drastically higher if we didn't just get one yesterday because, again, the Red Blacks last night and the Argos are the team that played in the – both teams that played in the 46-42 game last week. But
love it.
Can only be so contrarian in the CFL sometimes.
Love the confidence. Yeah, square up. Let's take an over. This league has been fucking manufacturing great games and overs. Why change?
Yeah.
Why change? I'm in. Money Habits are goated. Thank you for that subby. Appreciate you, Beast. DeAndre Tyree in the YouTube. We are crowning JD elite after 1 season. Laughy emoji, laughy emoji, laughy emoji. Actually, yes, because if you look back at the recent star QBs in this league, aka Mahomes and Lamar, in recent years, or in their rookie year, excuse me, what do they do in their rookie year? Oh, they led their team to the playoffs. Sure. Both guys went 10-6 in the regular season. Both guys lost in the first round in the wild card in the playoffs. Jovan, remind me, what did JD5 do with an organization that's been a fucking joke and been rat shit and been the scum on the bottom of our shoes for my entire lifetime? What did JD5 do with that team last year? Can you remind me?
He lost by 85 in the NFC Championship.
In the NFC Championship. In the NFC Championship. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Any team would have lost by 50 to that Eagles team. They were so good. They were so good.
Yeah.
They were. They were.
Not your boy Matt Stafford, though.
Well, you mean 2025, 2026 MVP? Matt Stafford?
MVP of the physical therapy room.
He is an elite quarterback, and he's going to show that again this year. He ain't done.
I hope he gets the chance for you, Krabs. I hope he does.
He ain't done. His story's not written yet. All right, let's move. Let's groove. Krabs, we need a lax video from you today. Ron saying, should I get the fiddle stick up and moving? I don't have my actual stick anymore. It's in my garage at home back in Maryland, but get the fiddle stick up and moving. Ron, it's not going to look like your rips, though, against the wall. You look like you can play in the fucking league, Ron. You look like you can go out there and still score a goal in the PLL.
I could totally rip.
Vanis, you got any of those cool wooden sticks? That'd be cool. That's what I want. One of the OG ones, like a long pole. Krabs, are the Nats getting curb stomped tonight? Probably, Dead Larry Bird. Probably. All right, let's power through the prize pick squares here real quick. Let's power through. Okay, I'll make this quick because I've already talked about these, right? Savali, less than 2.5 earned runs allowed in a game I love the first 5 under in. Not rocket science. I think he absolutely shoves. And I have had really good success taking less thans in this category on prize picks, Jovan, when the guy has an insanely high green bar in his last start. I've talked about it all season. Yeah. We got another one. Savali shoves. Keep it simple. And then Brandon Young. Do I even need to say anything else? I mean, I've been screaming from the mountaintops, yapping about Brandon Young all fucking day today. I think I've said enough. Craziest square on the board is his earned run square today. That's all I'll say.
Sure.
That's all I'll say. All right.
W
Goots. Big day for Goots.
Huge day.
Big day for Goots.
Huge.
All right. Swinging around. What do you got?
Back to course. This time I'm going Corbin Carroll, who he did actually have, funny enough, the 2.5 just regular RBI square, which is funny because he's the leadoff guy, but now he has a regular one up there, which it's not crazy irregular. I think he was too juicy for one yesterday. I think he had the gob up there, but now it's a regular one, but he's also the leadoff hitter, which is interesting that that's even a thing you can take in the first place. I think he did have one yesterday, but regardless of any of that, I think he's the matchup against Tanner Gordon that I really want, who gives up a good bit of hard contact against lefties, and he also has little to no strikeout stuff again, especially against lefties. So I wanted to take a lefty. I could take Cattell after yesterday. I mean, it's really just picking anybody at the top of the lineup from the left side for me. Corbin Carroll's the one that I want. I'm going super goat, I guess, in this game after going slightly less goat yesterday. But he's my guy, and so is Nick Nash. Goat Krabs. I'm taking it.
By the way, it's gotten bumped up again to 23.5. Not that it matters, but
it won't matter, dude. He's getting 30. He had 3 for 35 on like 15 snaps. Like last week, it was like just over a drive before that game got canceled, and he was honestly not glad the game got canceled because the reason it got canceled. But that does save us from probably a higher line, in my opinion, because he was about to get some serious run the rest of that third quarter and into the fourth. So if that would have happened, this line would no chance probably be in the 20s. But they're playing like 7 wide receivers, and you just had the big breakout game from Dylan Drummond, who had 8 targets. They're not playing the starters for any of it, so it's a good long stretch for a lot of these wide receivers to get work. I think Nick Nash is still actively competing for a spot on the roster. I think ultimately he's probably going to end up on the practice squad, but he's like shown the biggest yak potential for a lot of these quarterbacks, or to a lot of these quarterbacks in training camp so far, which is good because that's what he does out of the slot. And frankly, the quarterbacks that are throwing the ball need that because they're not very good. So you're going to keep seeing that.
Trent, you should think about actually tailing the sharp report for, man. We've hit 3 in the last 8 days. Maybe think about taking it.
Maybe keep him off, Krabs.
No, I like when he tails. I don't like the he's cursed bullshit. He doesn't have any fucking magical powers.
I'm playing around.
Come on now. I know. Yeah, we've catched 3 sharp report 4-mans in the last 8 days, and Trent hasn't mentioned one peep about it. Not one peep. That's probably why they've hit. You're right.
It might be.
Right. Okay. I mean, he hasn't taken a play from BTL probably in 4 months.
Sure.
4 months.
Nah, he's taking some plays.
Right?
He's taking some plays.
I don't know, man.
He tells.
Let's move. Let's groove. W Pickett Pro. Goods, do me a favor. Go to the series. Go to the series of the year. Check out those red splits.
Series of year.
Check out those red splits.
Also, sneak preseason nugget before you hop off that. You want a 2-piece that takes you to tomorrow? Kyle Williams. Add him to the slip. Add him to the lineup.
Okay. You're making it seem like Kyle Williams is going to be the next fucking best receiver in the NFL, literally.
Well, both yes, and They have I don't know if you saw any of the clips or if anybody did. He had he didn't get one ball, I don't think, in the first game of the preseason, but he was open every play, and there are insane clips. He got overthrown or underthrown in the end zone one time, and he was open every play. So every single day this week, Krabs, they have been talking to Mike Vrabel to the point where he's getting pissed about it. He seems tired of answering it, but like, are you going to get Kyle Williams the ball? What do you think about Kyle Williams? They're like, he's open every play. We're going to get him the ball. Didn't find him last week, but we're going to figure it out. It's like, I can guarantee you he's going to be getting multiple looks, especially from the starters in this game. If they play a drive or so, he's probably going to get some looks there, but he's going to get some action. So Nick Nash, Kyle Williams.
Action. Okay. Action. Are you surprised by the action on the Brewers and Reds game here?
No. It's the Brewers.
Okay.
Red hot. Miz on the mound. Not shocked.
Yeah. You're probably going to see even more blue bars as people realize that Miz is pitching this game.
Yeah, I was about to say that was probably majority pre-Miz action, so it's only going to get wider their way. Like every Brewers game is probably going to be until the playoffs when they lose in the first round.
Okay. Trent, you're right, dude. You did tail the 2 squares that we've lost in the last week. I apologize. I forgot about that. Mackenzie Gore and Strider. You're right. My fault. I just want to see you tail a sharp report format that hits, man. That's all I want. That's all I want. I want us all to fucking splooge together and cash a BTL lineup. That's all I want. Maybe today.
Maybe today.
I'll drop the link one more time in the Twitch. Goots, if you could be a goat and drop it in the YouTube as well, that'd be fucking sick. You'd be hitting me. Thank you, Goots. Chat, tail responsibly, as always. Like I've been preaching from the mountaintops, tail responsibly. This is a 10x. This is a plus 1,000. Keep that in perspective. We've cashed 3 plus 1,000 lineups in the last 8 days. Think about that for a second. That's insane. Nuts. And if we haven't lost 3 squad rides in a row, I'd be talking way more shit. But I'm pissed off about that. I'm pissed off about that shit. And we're fucking changing that today. We're cashing a squad ride. Tail that shit. Come on.
Do that.
All right. I want to go to the other series of year. We got 2 series of year starting today.
First, people are bitching about this game.
Okay.
This afternoon game, do you like anything in Cubs Pirates maybe?
Appreciate you reminding me there. Good.
I would assume it's wind related that the total has come down. Maybe it's not because it's still sitting 8.5, but I saw like 10s briefly on the board yesterday.
I don't really have a read in this game. I was looking at some of the weird earn run squares, but now they're moving around so much. They're fucking gone. They had some normal squares up, at least for this Ashcraft kid. Now that's gone. So I think a lot of shit's changing. I am so sketched out by Cubs games with the weather, man. I hate betting home Cubs games. I just 9 times out of 10, I just keep them out of the slips.
Yeah. I'm
I don't
required
like
to tell you. Required to tell everybody. PCA has been fucking ass. He's had that 1.5 HRR square up for years. For years. And he hasn't been able to touch a baseball. PCK. It's not on the board today. You know why, Krabs?
Because he's hitting a home run?
Because it's minus 155.
Oh, boy.
He has a fantasy score up there.
Is this going to be your Paolo Banchero of the MLB season?
No, because I've only done it with PCA once, and I can't stand him. He absolutely sucks. But same thing happened with somebody brought up, I think it was the last game of the Rays series. Jake Mangum has been god fucking awful for a while, and he always has the 1.5 HRR square up because it's always at or near the minus 110. The second he got up to minus 150 and that wasn't a square on the board anymore, what happens? He hits an extra base hit for the first time in a month.
That's insane. That's insane. I have a sneak lineup I want to lock in here with you.
Sneak.
A B team 4-man to complement with the sharp report 4-man. Hear me out.
I'm hearing.
PCA fantasy score from you.
Sure.
Have you seen the Weston Wilson love on Prize Picks today?
Yes.
Are we fading his fantasy score or are we fading his hits? I think you know the answer.
You tell me what Gore's going to do, Krabs.
Gore always has some walk potential, but Gore's going to go out there and minimize the hits. I like Weston Wilson less than half a hit.
Sure.
And then we're going to pick the pitchers from the Mets game. We're going to back Manea.
Yeah.
Guys, this lineup's going to hit. We're going to back Manea.
Lineup.
Yep.
Pitching outs.
We're going to back Manea.
I kind of like his Ks. So we maybe go
Manea
fantasy
Ks.
score. No, I'm saying
let's...
you like the pitching outs. I like the Ks. Let's go fantasy score.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I keep talking over you. I'm trying to rush here at the end.
No, you're good. You're good.
Love it. We'll go Manea fantasy score. And then how are we fading Castillo? He's got a weird pitching out square too, man.
What's the Kyle Drews check on that earned runs? Wow, he's minus 130.
To the over?
Yes.
Oh, that's crazy.
Wow.
You know, I'm always a sucker for an earned run square. That might be another one we just have to take.
That might be it.
God.
Oh, yeah. I completely forgot about that, too.
Oh, boy.
He didn't play yesterday, did he? Oh, my God. He didn't play yesterday. What? PCA?
What?
Because they brought up Casey.
He probably spent how many fucking swings he took in the cage yesterday?
He's probably pissed.
He's probably got
he should be sent down for Casey at this point. But
yeah,
this is the first time he's getting an AB since then. So
he's probably got blisters on his hands because he took so many hacks in the cage last night with the hitting coach.
He might
Could be the perfect time to back him.
He might be fired up.
All right, I locked in that 4-man. Hell yeah. You want the link?
I'm already locked here, Krabs.
You're fucking dialed today. You're fucking dialed today. The link is being dropped right now in the Twitch. Get involved. Get involved. Cannot wait for PCA to chalk this one.
Yeah.
Cannot wait.
In all likelihood, that's probably what happens. But on the plus side, when he strikes out 4 times, we can load up the other 3 with another square.
You're right. It's an early one.
Yeah.
Love that.
That's just one to get out of the way.
If that loses, we're going back to the board. We're putting Kyle Williams in for tomorrow.
Yes. There we go. There we
Make
go.
it a 4-man. Back up. Okay. I'm so in. Didn't Gore just give up 8 runs in the first inning last outing? Why do people talk when they don't know anything?
Shoved.
Why? Why do people just make stuff up? Why? All right, I don't have time for that. He's coming off an absolute fucking gem, and he's going to probably throw a gem again today. He was reposting all the Nats accolades and all the minor league guys on his Instagram story for the first time all season. Seems like he's in a team player type mood, Mackenzie Gore, right now.
Team guy.
He's a team guy right now. Yep, could be the difference. All right, let's move. Let's groove. Goots, it's about that time. Run that shit. I'm trying to see that train. We have to hit a squad ride. We don't have a fucking choice. They're asking for my favorite square on Prize Picks today. It's Brandon Young. Less than 2.5 earned runs allowed. That shit's green. That shit's green. Here we go, Joshy. Got to hit one today. Only option we have. I'm stoked. Love my plays. We're not putting an over in. No. Have to put the Orioles and Astros first 5 under in there. And I would love to put the White Sox Royals in there too.
I'm in. I'm in on those.
We have to put the Mets in.
Yes, I'm down with the Mets. The Mets.
The only question I have is if we're putting the Rays ML in here or not.
I like the Rays. I think if I'm picking one of the two, I think it's Mets by a pretty wide margin.
I think we just keep it to the Mets because if you put the Rays in, they're going to vote for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't like that?
No, I'm fine with that.
Okay. You didn't do a backflip when I said that, so
I was in agreement. Okay.
Let's go 3 plays, 3 winners today.
I did just get a short line raise with Brandon Lau home run in the last game, so don't need to overdo it with some raise, even though I'm on the play.
There we go. And best part about this is we'll leave it out. That way it wins by 10.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's a win-win for everybody.
Perfect. All right, let's go 3 plays, 3 winners, 2 minutes, Goots. 3 plays, 3 winners, 2 minutes, Goots. 3 plays, 3 winners. Get involved. 3 plays, 3 winners. If you're in here watching the show, there are hundreds of people in here watching the show. Hundreds. Why do we not have hundreds of votes in the squad ride poll? Why?
Need them active.
Why? Don't be fat, happy, and complacent. Don't be lazy. It's a Friday. The weekend is here. We need every single person in here locking in a vote for the Squad Ride poll in the Twitch chat. If you're watching on YouTube, that's cool. That's great. That's fine. I love that. I love that for you. But I need your ass in the Twitch chat right now. Get over there. Get over there. Come on. Show some heart. We need more votes. Get those votes in. Get them in. Hurry up, go, go, go. Come on. 3 plays, 3 winners. White Sox, Royals, first 5 under 5. Orioles, Astros, first 5 under 4.5. Mets, ML. Looks like a 2-dog race. Looks like a 2-dog race. Me guy move, not voting. Yeah, Chigs. Could not have said it better myself. Love that energy from you in the chat.
Love that energy.
Love that energy from Chigs. Sure. W new follows coming in as well. A Herna for some reason unfollowed at one point. That's kind of weird. He's back. He followed again. We got Lynn's J coming in, dropping a follow. We got Drownsy Y coming in, dropping a follow. W's. Thank you for the new follows on Twitch. We appreciate you guys. We're live every single day. We barely miss any shows. We are live every single day, grinding the dog days of summer, giving you guys free plays every fucking day. And we're not stopping. We're not stopping. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the support. Get involved. 3 plays, 3 winners.
Get involved.
Get involved. Goots is picking if it's a tie. That's the rules, Dragon Slayer. Thank you, Dead Larry Bird.
Wow.
No need for a tie. Wow. Okay. Love it. Love it. I
Feels
love
right.
both this plays. I'll be honest. Like, I would have been stoked with either one. I'm hyped.
That feels right.
I'm hyped. Fuck yeah. Great stream today. Great vibes. Back in the Commanders, stayed in Colorado, and we're hitting a fucking Squad Ride today. Couldn't ask for a better Friday.
Great.
Could not ask for a better Friday. Let's fucking go, dude. Yes. W Jonesy, W Chat, Orioles, Astros, first 5 under 4.5 as the Squad Rides, and we'll catch you guys on Monday when that shit cashes. Stick around for the Surge stream, please. Stick around for the Surge stream. Get involved. Pitch Trent a winner. Lord knows he needs it. And we'll catch you guys on Monday, same time, same place.